Good morning, everyone. This is Financial Literacy 101, and today we'll be doing a stock review on Moderna and well as breaking down cryptocurrencies. And for some of you who still want me to do the option trade video, I am working on it. Believe me, I'm trying to make it as transparent as possible. Okay, I understand that doing these, option trade videos, you see a lot of them. They can be quite confusing. So I'm really trying to get to the meat and potatoes of that. So that's up and coming. I can't really give you a date now because it's up and coming. I'm doing little research by little research. But anyway, today we'll be doing a stock review on Moderna and as well as a Bitcoin/cryptocurrency breakdown. Okay, let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen, this morning. Good morning, everyone. And let's talk about Moderna. Okay, we're going to get right into it. Moderna engages in the development of transformative medicines based on messenger ribonuric acid, mRNA. Its products pipeline includes the following modalities. Some of these words I will butcher. I am not a medical professional. Prophylactic vaccines, cancer vaccines, intratumoral immunoecology, localized regenerative therapeutics, system secretive therapeutics, and systematic intracellular therapeutics. The company was founded by Newbert B. Afeyan, Robert S. Langer Jr., Derek J. Rose, and Kenneth R. Chain in 2010. So the company doesn't have a little bit years, so it's about a 10-year-old company. So that's actually a good sign. They've been around for at least a decade. And its headquarters in Cambridge, Massachusetts. If you notice, a lot of these biotech pharmaceutical companies, they're actually located in Massachusetts or in the New England area, okay, in the New England area. But anyway, let's just look at today's return. We'll walk down the timeline here. So today, they're already up 11%. That's $8.50 per share. Throughout the week, they're up 34%, almost 35%. For the month, they're up about 33%. 3 months, they're up 125%. We understand that the market is live, so things are fluctuating to and fro. Let's look for the year. For the year, they're up 490%. And then for the past 5 years, they are up 248%. So this is one of those biotech stocks that I was talking to you about that's similar to Novavax that are actually good investments. Now, some of you are looking at the share price of this stock and you're like, it's already up in the 80s. I kind of like mine, below 20, below 10. The good thing I like about the new platforms, okay, that you can go on these digital platforms that don't really have brick and mortars. We're talking about Robinhood, WeBull, but there's other people that's getting on ground like, E-Trade, Fidelity, Charles Schwab, et cetera, Vanguard, where you can do all of your investments pretty much online. But these are solely online. And what I like about it is just like Stash, Robinhood, and WeBull, you can either put in the dollar amount or the amount of shares. So if I say, okay, I'm going to put in, say for instance, I put in 2. So 2 shares as the price is fluctuating because the market is live, it's going to cost you $168. This is round up. But you say, you know what? I don't have that amount of money. I have $50. So guess what? You just go in here, you type in 50, and then you hit review order. Now, what I like about it is estimated quantity is basically showing that you are buying a certain fraction, like 60% of that stock, okay? Because the stock is 80, is around 60% of that stock. So you are buying close to a share of that stock, if that makes any sense. But the point is, you can still make money. You don't have to. Now, this stock is steadily going up because, let's go down, I love news. 6 hours ago, from Reuters, it says early data from the Moderna's coronavirus vaccine sparks Wall Street hopes. So this is one of those waves. But again, as we look at their line here, even though they're almost already up 10%, okay, they're already up 10% now. I know originally they was up 11%, but still, we can look over the course of a year. This stock is up $479. So this is a good company when it comes to, those biopharmaceutical stocks, okay? And let's look at it in a different light. Let's get a little bit more information about it. Go head over to Google. This will be another way that you can actually look at it, okay? And it says here, Moderna is an American biotech company focused on drug discovery and drug development based exclusively on messenger RNA, headquartered in Cambridge, Massachusetts. It breaks down when it's from, number of employees, almost 1,000, and then all the founders, okay, and the subsidiaries. So again, it's a biotech company, They're looking at the little petri dish through their microscopes and like, yeah, we just implement this into the RNA, and you get what I'm trying to say. But anyway, they've been around for a while, 10 years, and their stock is doing absolutely great, okay? So that is Moderna. That's my basic breakdown. And what I love about Robinhood and WeBull, they have these sections, and then under sections is collections, right? And you can get to technology, then biotechnology, therapy. So we can go into that. You can find other stocks that's actually related to that stock and kind of do your research, okay? Just to name a few before I move on to Bitcoin/cryptocurrencies, we have Lead Scientist, and I'm pretty sure Novex is on here somewhere. Yep, here's Novex. It says that I'm following that. I'm following Moderna. I'm following Lead Science. And see, Cadmus Pharmaceuticals, they say this is 100% buy. 100% buy, okay? What else we got on here that's popular? VBI vaccines. I've done a video on that, I believe. What else? But let's go to Cadmus Pharmaceuticals. That's one of the stocks that's probably in everybody's price range, no matter who you are. They have at 100% buy. And it's $5 a share. $5 a share. Okay, and let's read about it and then we'll move on. Cadmus Pharmaceuticals, also called Catalyst Pharmaceuticals, is a biopharmaceutical company. Again, biopharmaceutical companies, right, during the age of Corona, which engages in the development and commercialization of therapies for people with rare, debilitating, chronic, neuromuscular, and neurological diseases, including, I'm going to butcher these names, Lambert-Eaton mesothelinic syndrome. Is that no? That's not mesothelioma. Congenital mesothelinic syndrome, antibody positive, Graves, spinal muscular atrophy, type 3, and I don't know, guys. I'm tearing this up. The company is founded by Uncle E. Herbert and Patrick J. McEnany in January 2002. Is headquartered in Coral Gables, Florida. Okay, so this is 100% buy from the 6 analysts that's actually rating this stock. And again, this is definitely in people's price range. Let's go down the timeline, and then we'll move to Bitcoins and cryptocurrencies. So right now it's up 1%. On the past week, it's been down 1.5, excuse me. But within the month, it's been up 11.3. 3 months, it's been up 17.5. In the past year, it's been up 22%. And then in the past 5 years, 2%. So when you look at the past 5 years, and we compare this to Moderna, Moderna is a higher price stock, but I think you'll get more bang for your buck over time. Now, granted, we don't know the future of Catalyst. This is something I probably buy shares rather than a dollar amount or fraction of shares, because Moderna is already up in the 80%. I don't know where they're top off at, because biotech and biopharmaceutical stocks, they can actually go up to $100, $200 a share, and then they can crash down to $5 a share. So you really have to look at the volatility of that stock to make a well-educated investment decision, okay? But right now, the analyst has it at 100% buy. But again, when it comes to biotech and biopharmaceuticals and all these vaccine companies, do not forget that your risk is extremely high. Your risk is extremely high, okay? That is what we need to understand. Your risk is astronomically, extremely high. Okay, now, when I break down cryptocurrencies, I'm going to use one of my favorite websites, Investopedia. I know it's going to feel like I'm reading to you because I am, but then I'm going to go in and I'm going to break it down even further for some of you guys to totally grasp the concept, okay? For you guys to totally grasp the concept. So let's get right into it. All right. So what is a cryptocurrency? It is a digital or a virtual currency, okay? That's simply what it is. We're also going to break down blockchain, okay? It says right here, many cryptocurrencies are decentralized networks based on blockchain technology, a distributed ledger enforced by a disparate network of computers. A defining features of cryptocurrencies is that they are generally not issued by any central authority, rendering them theoretically immune to government interference or manipulation. Let's talk about that. Whether it's China, Western countries like America, Australia, Canada, they're really trying to put regulations and guidelines on cryptocurrencies. But it's definitely hard because it's not centralized. There is no centralized place where they can go and try to put regulation on it. Now, granted, there are some people like Gemini and Coinbase. They do make their own rules to fair trade when it comes to cryptocurrencies, okay? But when it comes to the network itself, what I love about it being decentralized and having a public ledger, and a ledger is just a track record of financial transactions, meaning that anyone on the network can see what everybody is doing. So it's a fair and impartial network. So it's taking away the good old boy network where people are doing under the table deals. Now, some of you, I know, some of you get paid under the table. Some of you get paid under the table to avoid taxes, okay? But when it comes to cryptocurrency, have you noticed in the past 2 or 3 years, the federal government has now implemented in platforms like TurboTax, Jackson Hewitt, H&R Block, where they actually want you to report your earnings off of cryptocurrencies. Because again, they don't want anybody making money in this country or any other country without them taxing it. But it's very hard to track down cryptocurrencies because of all the blockchain technology. We'll get into that. So let's briefly go over the key takeaways, and then I'm gonna do really small synopsis of each paragraph that we'll be going over. It's not gonna be long, I promise you, okay? A cryptocurrency is a new form of digital asset based on a network that is distributed across a large number of computers. The decentralized structure allows them to exist outside the control of governments and central authorities. The word cryptocurrency is derived from the encryption techniques which are used to secure the network. And we'll get into blockchains because a block is essentially information, and the chain is the link that secures the information, if that makes any sense. But we'll break that down. Methods for ensuring the integrity of transactional data is essentially a component of many cryptocurrencies. Many experts believe that blockchain and related technologies will disrupt many industries, including financial and law. Cryptocurrencies face criticism for a number of reasons, including their use for illegal activities, exchange rate volatility, and vulnerabilities of infrastructure underlying them. However, they have been praised for their portability, divisibility, inflation resistance, and transparency. The key word I want you to take away from this is transparency. I was looking at a key investor in blockchain / cryptocurrencies, and one of the news reporters asked him, he said, hey, yeah, we've been hearing that, cryptocurrencies have been used for major crimes, okay, transferring money for major crimes. And basically what he said is, any form of new technology, the reason why it's a rave of that criminals are using it is because criminals are always ahead of the game how to avoid the authorities. You get what I'm trying to say? But then it becomes normal for regular people to involve themselves in that technology. Okay, because criminals were some of the first ones, other than the military, to use satellite phones. They're like, satellite phones are used for, drug kingpins, cartel members, mafia, etc. And then now everybody is using satellite phones, depending on what sector you're in. So that is kind of, the point that he was trying to make. But let me tell you, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, cryptocurrency is the way of the future. It's decentralized. No government can really control it, even though they're trying to. And the technology around it is somewhat impenetrable. Okay, I think anything can be hacked, but believe me, this is extraordinary, extremely difficult to hack. Okay, right now, when I mean that you guys are getting paid under the table, and that if you were to transfer money through cryptocurrencies, everybody would be able to see your transaction. But this is much bigger than what you really think it is. This is much bigger on a much higher scale, meaning all the transactions that happen in the government today, I don't care what country you're in. There's a lot of people, okay, I'm not saying all politicians are crooked, but there's a good number of them that millions of dollars are being funneled into slush funds, into the good old boy network, continue to make their pockets fat, okay, can make their pockets fat. And the reason why they don't like cryptocurrencies is because they can't control it. You get what I'm trying to say? We don't like anything that we can't control. That's why there's a lot of old school people that don't like Tesla, right? Because they're like, wait, my autonomous vehicles, no, I want to drive myself. Now, there's some of us, Generation X, Generation Y, maybe a couple of millennials who don't like the fact that we have the option, not that it just does it by itself, that we have the option to actually make the car autonomous and drive us. Now, quite frankly, I love it. I'm just going to sit in the back, though, because get a head-on collision, I'll be the first one to go. But I'll sit in the back, okay? But I love the autonomy. I just love technology in that sense. But we have to understand we have this very old way of thinking when it comes to anything, okay? The way we cook stuff, the way we drive, okay? The vehicle technologies. Also, when it comes to money. Money is changing before your very eyes. And believe me, cryptocurrencies are not going anywhere. Cryptocurrency is not going away. This for a prime example. If any of you guys are following the artist, the business, and the city maker Akon, he's building a technological city in Senegal, which is going to be called Akon City. He has a whole city he's building that's named after him. And the number one form of currency is going to be cryptocurrency called the A coin. Okay, called the A coin, which is going to be another form of digital currency or virtual currency. All right, I've been jabbering enough. Let's move on. Let's take a moment and let's break down the security. Okay, the security and crypto defense system that cryptocurrencies use, as well as Bitcoin. Okay, we understand that Bitcoin was the driving force when it first was released back in 2009 by what's his name, Satoshi Nakamoto. But let's get into the blockchain technology. There's only 3 steps to this. I'm gonna break it down very, very easy. Again, it says that blockchain is a distributed, decentralized public ledger. And it says the good news is that blockchain is actually easy to understand than what most people think. It says, what is blockchain? Okay. At most basic level, blockchain is literally just a chain of blocks, but not in the traditional sense of blocks when we say block and chain. In the context, we are actually talking about digital information, as I said before, the block, stored in a public database called the chain. Blocks on the blockchain are made of digital pieces of information. Specifically, they have 3 parts. 1, blocks store information about transaction like the date, time, and dollar amount of your most recent purchase from Amazon. Note, this is Amazon, for example, for illustrative purposes. Amazon retail does not work on a blockchain principle as of this writing, meaning that Amazon does not yet accept blockchain or cryptocurrencies. I believe when Amazon does start accepting blockchain as a form of currency, I believe that is when the world will change. We can still use dollars. We can still use other form of currencies, but when Amazon start allowing consumers to use Bitcoin, to use Litecoin, to use Ethereum, all these form of digital currencies, cryptocurrencies, I'm telling you, the world will change as we know it. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, 330 million people in America, I wanna say 329 million people in America use Amazon. You use it before, you use it once, twice, or you are an ongoing member of Amazon because you love the fact that sometimes your packages get there in a day, 2 days, and sometimes 3 days. And in some places, 30 minutes, depending on where you live. All right, number 2, blockchain store information about who is participating in the transactions. You see the transparency? A block for your storage purposes from Amazon would record your name along with Amazon, the company that you're doing the transaction with. Instead of using your actual name, your purchase is recorded without any identifying information using a unique digital signature, sort of like a username. You like that, don't you? It's not using your actual name. You log into an account, and a lot of the things that I actually use are certain terms, but you never use your real name when you use a username. Maybe some people, not most people, use maybe a fun or professional name. It doesn't matter, but you're not using your real name, okay? Then number 3, blocks store information that distinguish them from other blocks. Much like you and I have names to distinguish us from one another, each block stores a unique code called an hash that allow us to tell it apart from every other block. Hashes are cryptonic codes created by special algorithms. Let's say you made your Spurge purchase on Amazon, but while it's in transit, you decide you just can't resist and need a second one. Even though the details of your new transaction will look nearly identical to your early purchase, we can still tell the blocks apart because of the unique codes, okay? So that is a great thing. That's breaking down blockchain, and we're going back to cryptocurrencies. Now, types of cryptocurrencies. The first blockchain based on cryptocurrency was the infamous, the famous Bitcoin, which still remains the most popular, most valuable. Today, there are thousands of alternate cryptocurrencies with various functions and specifications. Some of these are clones of forks of Bitcoin, while others are new currencies that were built from scratch. The other day when I was talking about Bitcoin, we talked about alternate coins, altcoins, or we're talking about some of them are digital tokens or digital gift cards. That's a piece of a fork, okay? That's kind of the terminology they use in a fork. Just look at it as that. Bitcoin was launched in 2009 by an individual or group known by Satoshi Nakamoto. As of November 2019, there were over 18 million Bitcoins in circulation with a total market value of around $146 billion. Now, the regulation on Bitcoin is decentralized, but in a sense, we know how many Bitcoins there are floating around because there's a tracking system for everything, so everything is transparent. I can promise you, no one in the Federal Reserve can tell you how many dollar bills are floating around. Okay, they can probably tell you, well, we know from 1986 there's this many dollar bills floating around because some people hold on to cash. Okay, some people hold on to cash, meaning when dollars are being recycled, you know, when we start making new money, we got all the new encryption where people hold it up to the light and do things like that. There are still people with old $20 bills out there who just saving money under their mattress. They don't even have it in the bank. Okay, they still got the old $100 bills that they are actually taking out of circulation. That's why you see the new $100 bills with the blue stripe down the middle. Okay, because they're burning the old money because those dollar bills, no matter the number on them, they were easily being counterfeited. So as criminals are getting smarter, so is the Federal Reserve and Mint and all the other people in the financial institutions in the U.S. trying to encrypt the dollar bill itself. So it's kind of like you got a picture, right? I know it's much more complex than this, but I'm gonna just break it down Barney style. And you got a scratch, you have one of those scratch sheets of paper and you have your pencil, number 2, number 3, you guys are artists, you know what I'm talking about. And you're just shading in and you can pick up the background. You get one of those really, really thin pieces of paper. I forgot what they call them. But when you're sketching or you're tracing, it's really thin and you're shading in and you can get the image that's on the other side. Essentially, that's a form of counterfeiting money if you could do that with more complex machines and ink and all of that good stuff. And back in the day, I don't know if they still have this. They used to have those plates. You need those plates to actually, copy them. But we're taking money out of circulation. And when it comes to digital currency, they don't have to worry about that. Okay. Again, this is almost an impenetrable network. And I keep saying almost because I think everything is hackable after a certain time when you have so many people working on it. Okay. But this network has so many people working on it that it's encrypting it. And the code, the base code stays the same, but the arms or the branches of it continue to change. So not one person can go in and infiltrate it, right? And if one part of the network is infiltrated, they just cut off the arm and grow another one. Like, it's so advanced. That's why I know this is the way of the future. Okay, this is just my point of view, my focus, my opinion, but this is the way of the future. All right. Some of the competing cryptocurrencies spawned by Bitcoin's success, known as altcoins, as we said before, include Litecoin, Purecoin, Namecoin, as well as Ethereum, Cardano, and EOS. Today, the aggregate, okay, those sum of different particles, the sum of different cryptocurrencies, value of all the cryptocurrencies in existence is around $214 billion. Bitcoin currently represents more than 68% of the total value. And the other day I was talking about investing in Bitcoin and not the other coins, because a lot of Bitcoin investors are saying that Bitcoin within the next year, within 2021, Bitcoin is going to go up to $100,000 per coin. And Bitcoin still owns more of the cryptocurrency market at 68%. So even if you invest in Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin price, let me go to my portfolio really quickly. My portfolio is not doing well, guys. Just want to let you know. Right here, Bitcoin is at 9,200. Now it's down $34. Let's look over, because it's been hurting for the past couple of years. But Bitcoin is up in the past 5 years at $8,900. And we understand this peak right here. This is back in 2017. That's when Bitcoin, one coin was worth $19,000. Okay. And if we go back to here, 2015, okay, one coin was worth $273. So I tell people, whether it be Coinbase, Robinhood, WeBull, other platforms, Gemini, places you can go and buy cryptocurrencies. What I like about it is you can buy in dollar amount, okay? Not in share amount. You can buy in dollar amount, which is very important because you can always make money with cryptocurrencies. Okay, let's go back. Almost done here. All right, it gets to some special considerations. I'm going to read that and then I'm going to close out here. Central to the appeal and functionality of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies is blockchain technology. Let me note here, IBM is using using blockchain technology, and we're going to briefly go over that, which is used to keep an online ledger of all the transactions that have ever been conducted, thus proving a data structure for this ledger that is quite secure and is shared agreed upon the entire network of individual nodes. Or computer maintaining a copy of the ledger, every new block generated must be verified by each node before being confirmed, making it almost impossible to forward transaction history. Okay, almost making it impossible. They always are almost making it impossible to forge transaction history. Meaning, remember back in the day when they used to hold the books? They used to throw out the book and make a new book. Like, no, that's not our transactions. And now people do it digitally because the technology is not there. Because we have to understand that the bit encryptions either go by technology companies increasing it or the military. For a long time, the standard for bit encryption was 128-bit encryption. Now we're up to 256-bit encryption. And some people are like, hey, the technology is not there to go to 512. Well, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, there's people out there that's working on 512-bit encryption. One of my secure emails, okay, the email I have in my description is 256-bit encryption. My other email that's ran is called a company called Tutanata, 256-bit encryption, okay? So your email stay very secure, and you can secure it on one ear, sensitive password, unlock it on the other end, okay? So that's one of the bonuses. So I said I was going to get into, what was it? IBM. So I'm just going to look up IBM and blockchain technology, and then I'm going to do some closing remarks and get out of here, okay? It's going to give us some information. Let's look at this. Because I love to point out that big companies are using blockchain, but none of you guys are knowing this. So that's why it's imperative that you understand the information, and then the companies that are using the information, then you can just invest inside the source. And quite frankly, I believe there's 2 ETFs still listed on the NASDAQ or New York Stock Exchange that you can actually invest in. But anyway, IBM blockchain is a change in business, industry, and even the world. IBM blockchain is more than technology. It's the movement to help you redefine your most important business relationship through trust, transparency, and newfound collaborations. Okay, I'm not going to get into the weeds and all of that, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to just simply type in blockchain. You got Riot blockchain, engage provision investment service to the blockchain ecosystem, as well as manufacturing and vitro substance and portfolio. Okay, that's one of them at $2. There's another one. There's a couple of ones out there. I think one is BLK maybe. That's BlackRock. Well, I know there's 2 ETFs out there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry that I do not recall the tickers for them. If anybody knows, please put that in. I'm gonna read some of your comments here. Good morning, Charles Green. Thanks for coming in today. Carlos, good morning as well. I think I'm late. Hurricane Crazy, take a look at Apollo FinTech, APL. They're doing big things in Africa. I will do that. As I'm going past you guys' notes. Let's see here. Also, Nolan Baptiste, good morning, good sir. And Paul Brown, good morning to you. Enjoying the content. Well, thank you, Paul Brown. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that. All right. Right now, we're going to briefly go over this. I love when subscribers and people who are joining the live session to put in stocks. I'm just going to pop up what they have listed here. And right now, this is APL. This is another pharmaceutical stock. We're going to read a little bit about it. I'm just going to call it a Payless. It says a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company which develops novel therapeutic compounds. It develops complement immunotherapies for the treatment of complement-dependent autoimmune and inflammatory diseases through APL-2 product. The company was founded by Candace Rose Depp, Pascal Alphabet, Cedric Francisco, Alec McKay. Okay, guys, you know I can't read names. It's just, we know it's evident. Let's quickly go through the timeline, and I'm gonna get out of here. Right now, they're up 1%, going on 2%. The past week, 2%. The past month, they're down 4%. 3 months, they're up 1.3%. And for the past year, they're up nearly 18%. And then the past 5 years, they've been up 124%. Okay. They have 236 employees. Their location is, again, Massachusetts. Told you there's a lot of biopharmaceutical stocks in New England area, and they have been around since 2009. So they're 11 years old. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to thank you for joining me today. Again, we did a small review on Moderna, which I think is a good buy to ride this wave, but they are long-term stock that you can actually make money in. Again, I'm gonna let you guys see this for the guys who are just joining the stock review we did on Moderna, and I'm gonna get out of here, okay? Hopefully you guys have been learning something today when it comes to cryptocurrencies as well as blockchain and also Bitcoin, okay? So right here, today they're up almost 11%. For the week, 34%. For the month, 32%. For 3 months, 124%. 484%. And then for the past 5 years, they've been up 280%. They're actually doing phenomenal. If you come down here, they've been in business for 10 years. They have almost 1,000 employees, and they're doing fairly well. I compare these particular stocks to Novavax and other stocks that have been around for a long time who have been doing great things throughout the years, meaning they've been making medicines that people have been using and having very, very small side effects, okay? At the end, we're all going to die from cancer. But anyway, your background radiation, who cares, right? But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for joining me today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Go and give it a thumbs up right now. Also, if you're not a subscriber, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel where I give you stimulus updates. I give you investment tips, getting out of debt tips, and also saving tips, okay? Also, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be opening up a new segment where I'm going to be doing financial life coaching. I'm going to make a separate website for that. So I would say give me about a good 2 weeks to get that up and running. Right now, I'm building the outline, I'm building the platform, I'm building the web page. So just going to take some time. So anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks, you're going to start seeing that in the description below. But if you want financial coaching as of now, you have my email below. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? As I told anyone, when it comes to my personal time, I only charge $25 an hour. Okay, or donation of $25 an hour. However you want to word it. I don't want to charge anyone. I just want you to donate $25 per hour. But anyway, that's my time for today. This is Financial Literacy 101. Learn money and be inspired. You guys have a great and wonderful day. Wear your mask and stay at least 6 feet away. I'm out.